The third Sunday of Advent is marked in the liturgy by many slight changes to the appearance of the church. The priest may wear rose vestments instead of the common violet or purple vestments he has been wearing during Advent. And many Catholics know that we call this third Sunday in Advent Gaudéte Sunday. But why? Well, we're joyful because the Lord is closer than when we started, for sure. But the real name, the actual name of the Sunday, comes from the Introit. Gaudéte in Dómino semper. Rejoice in the Lord always. Now, this is an interesting Introit. We see a progression throughout Advent. We begin with Ad te levavi. We begin with a psalm that expresses a certain amount of distress, need for God. And in response, we have last week the herald's voice coming out and saying, "People of Zion, get ready, God is coming." And today we say God is even closer. Rejoice. Not only are we to watch for God, but we're to rejoice because our salvation is near at hand. This is a text not taken from the Psalms, not taken from the prophet Isaiah, as are most introits. It is taken from Paul's letter to the Philippians. And as a result, it has some musical peculiarities to it. The Psalms and other Old Testament poetry written originally in Hebrew follows a certain kind of structure. Hebrew poetry is marked by parallelism. So we say one line and then we say something very similar after it. The Lord is my shepherd, there is nothing I shall want. Fresh and green are the pastures where he gives me repose. We have these very clearly marked out phrases, and they're easy to set to music. Poetry and music are very closely related. Paul's letters, while they certainly rise to the level of the poetic many times, and this is a very beautiful text, Paul is writing in a more rhetorical mode. He's writing to persuade the readers to follow his advice, to follow his teaching. And if you've ever read St. Paul, you know that sometimes his sentences can be kind of long. They don't necessarily fall into obvious, small, syntactical parts that can be easily set to chant melodies. So this Introit presents some challenges. We're just going to sing for you Modéstia, vestra, nota, omnibus, homínibus. You can hear right away, it's a long phrase, right? Let your modesty be known to all people. So listen to how we pull this off, if we can do it. So we are using the technique that choral singers often use, which is to stagger the breathing. One brother will breathe, I usually breathe first, and then the person coming after me will breathe after he hears me breathe and come back in. This way we can keep the melodic line going for a longer period of time. If we all breathe together, we'd have to chop it up. If you have a copy of the Graduale that you can look at, you'll see that the editors suggested that we breathe after vestra. Modéstia, vestra, nota, omnibus, homínibus. That's a perfectly good interpretation. My preference is to try to keep the sense of the meaning together. This is one phrase, one idea. Let your modesty be known to all men. And so I think for us it's good to try to keep the music going. But it takes a certain amount of practice. You have to do this together, prepare to stagger breathing. Otherwise, what will happen is people will all breathe at the same place because there are places that feel right to breathe. So this takes a little bit of preparation. Now, another thing that's interesting about this, we're just going to sing the opening now, Gaudéte in Dómino semper. And I want you to think about the text. Rejoice in the Lord always. The chant as modern people. I'm guessing if someone just gave us the text, Gaudéte in Dómino semper, we would probably want to start off with something more exuberant, ecstatic. And I mentioned the brothers, the fourth Sunday in Lent, of course. Letare Jerusalem actually has these large intervals, has the sense of exuberance, of more public show of joy, etc. This is fairly subdued. Now, how can we interpret that? There are several things to think about. The text says the way we know that we believe that the Lord is near is that we let our modesty show. We let ourselves be humble. We let ourselves be self-controlled and temperate. And the other idea that one of the brothers suggested is that the close intervals indicate a closeness of the Lord. So, and it's an intimate closeness. It's not where he's close in the sense that sometimes Barack Obama comes to Chicago and he's close by, we know, because the helicopters are here and traffic is slow. But he's not actually with us in the monastery. He's several miles away. The Lord is near. He is on our lips, in our hearts. He is coming to be born in us, as in members of the church. So now we're just going to sing, with this in mind, we're going to sing through the Introit one more time, as much as we can fit in our 9-minute segment length. And we hope you enjoy Gaudéte in Dómino.